Hello guys, welcome back. So our victory kind of came at a cost. The demons dropped their favor. Long story short, I had a dream that warned me this morning, and it had a lot of marble statues in it. It was not from Ares. Every so often, just so I leave them alone, the Roman gods will show up and do something random for me. Mars warned me. Mars saw the amount of danger I'd worked myself into, and Mars gave me a warning, and I got warnings on Pinterest. Our agreement, the way it works, and I can't therefore go to them and ask for help, is that I actually leave the Roman gods alone, and every so often, just so I stay away, they come help me. It's at random, I can't call on them, and I knew last night that the old man meant to put me in danger, and I knew I was failing to protect my family, and I thought, well, now what do I do? And I knew to just keep treating him nice, and I knew Loki was formulating something, and I had a dream this morning about being in a beautiful garden with these statues of these people we would never make statues today, like Washington in the boat, and crossing the river, and Patton, I think, and Lee, and all these people we would say are pretty horrible, unprincipled people today for some of the things they did. And it was a thing of there was a Roman statue too, and I really didn't pay any attention. Well, long story short, to cut the dream a little short, Mars gave me a warning. And Mars was like, you're really in a fight, and you're fighting against someone that's, he's already laying a trap around you, and here's the way out, and this is what you do. Remember your military history, remember every book you ever read, because my dad was a military nut. And formulate your strategy this way. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I remember that part in the Civil War where they would go to each other's camps and they would have to be, they would have to be accompanied, and, they would have to be sure they weren't going to be killed because it was very dangerous to go into the enemy camp because they could decide you were a spy and kill you. Um, so he was already in our camp and I could feel his ill intent. And so I just told the others, do as you will. And they did as they will, but then they thought about it and they thought they'd been used and they dropped their favor. And I did a little more Asmodeus research now that he's gone. There was this thing, there's this prayer to him, and he's highly ethical. He wouldn't fight like that. He wouldn't be underhanded. If you got into his camp, he would be completely safe. Look, he's not like that. Neither was Odin. Odin would let you walk into camp. Sure, you're just never gonna leave. And that's a difference in tactics. And, I have no idea why Mars helped me. The Roman gods won't even look at me. So I think it was just a thing of the gods are, fickle. And he felt like doing something. Maybe he has something out against Odin. I have an idea those two wouldn't get along. Um, he does have an agricultural side. We've had farmers in the family for generations. They may have been farmers, I don't know, back in Italy. So maybe it was some favor to some ancestor somewhere, but it was nice of him to do, and I appreciated it. And I asked him how I could thank him, and he said, don't thank me, don't give me an offering, don't give me anything, just leave us alone. So the Roman gods don't like me, but strangely, every so often they show up and they do something nice. But now that the dust has settled, we have Loki, and more Loki, aside of Fenrir and Sigyn. That's about it. The other Norse gods are kind of looking at me. Thor doesn't have a problem. Thor would be the one to fight like he's in a barroom brawl. So Thor doesn't have a problem. You can go to Thor for protection if you're in the armed services or something. But he's not going to, fight like he went to military school. Is what I'm trying to say. He's gonna fight like he's in a barroom brawl. He's gonna be a very physical fighter, and he has enough of his dad in him that he's gonna be cunning and smart and sneaky, and he's gonna win. So Thor doesn't have any problem. So he may be around from time to time, and the kids don't have a problem. So Hel is fine, and Hel's amused. I think Angerboda's amused. The Jotnar are fine, but others have dropped their favor, and that was fine. I didn't think I was suited to demons. And strangely enough, I got my use out of Odin. He pointed out that I should have done one thing with the door, which I did, and damn if it didn't work. But it was kind of his payment to get in, so I don't owe him anything. And he was being way too hopeful and way too libertine with his promises, so I already knew it was a trap. I frankly think he was bored and wanted to see what I would do. And I know very well that he would be proud of me for having played such an underhanded trick on him, because it's exactly what he would do. It's exactly the kind of tactics he and Loki taught me. So I know wherever he is nursing his wounds, he's actually proud of. He's not getting back in, don't worry. I know him. He's bad to the core. And Loki was just kind of amused. He goes, "You actually convinced yourself of a lie so you could pull it off. I'm proud of you." So Loki's happy. Loki's beaming with joy. We did not go out. Our fall taxes, I don't know why we call them fall taxes, maybe because you got till October or November to get them paid off. Um, they will actually come out next month. So I'm going to see what the damages are next month. Once I get those out of the way, then we can have fun. And maybe by then COVID will be gone. Yeah, apparently COVID is ramping up in parts of America, and the death toll is going back up. So I did not want to go out and take my chances. So far as I know, the gods have been good to me. I haven't had access to testing, so I don't know, but I haven't had any symptoms, though with fibro and everything, how would I know? So, if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. I'm sorry for those that signed up for demons, but I'll do what it takes to protect my family, and I gave my word of honor to Loki that I would protect him, so I'm happy with how it worked out. I protected Loki. That was the main thing. Loki will give assist, but I've never seen him fight his brother directly. I don't know if it's an agreement between the two of them or what it is. But the demons had told me last night when I was still in their good graces that they will ultimately respect you and what your choices are. So had I chose to let him back in, they wouldn't have done anything about it. And I already knew he was telegraphing what he wanted. He wanted me to become a heathen. He wanted all the other gods gone and only Odin. And the kind of heathen he wanted me to be. Yeah, I actually went on Reddit to look up Mars. I know Reddit. But, I looked up this guy's altar to Mars, and right below it was something about there are these two or three people wearing the Norse runes, and they're talking about how beautiful they are. And these two, white supremacist dudes show up and go, "Yeah, they're really cool," and they're both wearing them. And a little kid is with mommy and pointing at them and going, "Look, mommy, 5 people wearing hate signs." So yeah, it's like, what are you gonna do? I still have the runes on the door, but I have the angelic sigils on the bottom, and I think I left Lucifer and somebody else is on there. But those can always be taken off. But I actually worked on the door last night, so if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye bye.